What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to look at some more Digimon cards. You see, those starter decks are coming out in Japan in the not too distant future, and that means we need to actually take a little bit of a look at exactly what's coming in them. Although do remember there is the Amazon double pack, which does come with those Mastermon and Imperial Dramon promos, which I'm willing to bet are not actually going to go and be released anywhere else, which makes them super interesting and fun. And yeah, tip from Wossie, I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again now. Amazon Japan will ship internationally, and for stuff like this, get your pre-order in before they show images, because once they show images, if they haven't already sold out, they tend to sell out pretty instantly. So what we've got here is 3 new cards from the starter deck 9. That is the one with Imperial Dramon, the blue and green starter deck. And once again, we've got one of those annoying Digimon with a skill that I am not entirely sure how it works. And I'm sorry about, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry about that. I've talked to a few people and got their opinion. I've asked a few others and not heard back from them. Basically, nobody seems to know exactly how these skills are going to work, and I don't think the wording on the card is clear, and I have not received a definitive answer at all about this. But essentially, what we got from Wormmon is a free cost to play normally, 0 cost to Digivolve, 3,000 power, which is kind of standard, but actually with a skill you'd expect 2,000 power, so that's not bad. And even though it is just a green Digimon, it can Digivolve from either green or blue, which is actually a huge advantage because otherwise the whole dual color deck doesn't work. So the fact that all of the cards can Digivolve from green or blue, regardless of whether they're green, blue, or dual color, really does help the deck function, and I appreciate that very much indeed. But essentially, what it says is, at the end of your turn, this Digimon may Jogress evolve with another Digimon that you control, to evolve into a Digimon from your hand by paying its Jogress evolution cost. Okay, cool. The thing is, now, if it's referring to Jogress evolution cost, then it must be a Digimon that can Jogress evolve. That's kind of obvious, honestly. And we have seen one example, which is the Pale Dramon, whereby you take a blue level 4 and a green level 4, and you Digivolve them into Pale Dramon, which is lovely. And we know that when you Jogress evolve, it's actually a really rather lovely thing, whereby you unsuspend when you Jogress evolve. So you can essentially attack with a level 4, attack with the level 4, Jogress evolve, and then attack with your level 5 Pale Dramon. And what Wormmon might be saying is, hey, look, you can Jogress evolve at the end of your turn, and that's kind of cool, because it's Digivolving at the end of your turn going into your opponent's turn, which might be a bonus. And that's kind of cool. The thing is, whereas when we looked the other day, I showed you another skill that was very much like this in the other starter deck. I showed you the Salamon, which was a similar kind of thing. And essentially, with the Salamon, it said you can DNA Digivolve with another Digimon into a Digimon in your hand by paying its DNA evolution cost or Jogress evolution cost. And I went, well, hang on a second, we got Mastermon, which can Jogress evolve from 2 level 5s, so maybe the Salamon can be a level 4, and then use the inheritable skill, and you can Jogress evolve early. But we've seen the level 6s now in this deck, assuming there's only 2, and we've got to assume there are only 2, and they don't have Jogress evolution. So all you're doing is Pale Dramon here, and Pale Dramon Digivolves from level 4s anyway, so there's not even a chance that this can cheat the evolution in that way, which is a bit weird. So essentially the benefit you're getting is you're evolving at the end of your turn. But then again, you could have Jogress evolved anyway. So I'm still not entirely sure how good this skill is, but it's there, and I think we'll get more information about it as we go along. The other one we've got here is a Stingmon, 4 cost to play normally, 2 cost to Digivolve, 4,000 power, pretty standard for a level 4, and it can Digivolve from either green or blue like we've said, which is cool. You've then got a play skill. If you control a blue Digimon, you reduce this card's play cost by 1, at which point you're literally looking at a free cost to play level 4. Not entirely unheard of. It is worth pointing out because we've got Roachmon and we've got Parasaurmon, and they're kind of lovely. Roachmon is also a 1-cost to Digivolve, making it very cheap, but also worth pointing out it's very, very, very weak. You have been warned, but it's still kind of cool. It's kind of cheap, and it's one of those, you know, cheap evolution is good. You got 4,000 power, which is smack dab in the middle of Roachmon and Parasaurmon, but you've got an inheritable skill and you're cheap to play. Being cheap to play is good. What is the inheritable skill? When you're attacking, if you've got a blue Digimon in play, draw a card. Yes. This is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Because the fact of the matter is, we don't generally tend to see lots of draw skills in green Digimon. It's just not their thing. Go and check over on digimoncard.dev. I'm looking at level 4 green Digimon. None of them draw. Level 4 green Digimon, none of them draw. In fact, there is only one green Digimon we've got that has a draw skill, and it is the Pinamon from BT6, where if you're attacking an opponent's Digimon, you draw a card. And that's it. That is the entirety of the draw skills in green Digimon that we've seen in the game so far. It's really not great. Also worth bearing in mind, this does not say once per turn, like Pinamon does. Which means, yeah, you absolutely can, if you can unsuspend this, attack multiple times, and draw multiple cards. Which is clearly redonk. I like this Stingmon. This Stingmon makes me very happy. Tell me it's a free cost to play normally with a really good inheritable skill and it gives you draw power. And not for nothing, but even though we don't have a great look, that art is clearly awesome. Yes, that's pretty cool for me. And then we've got Grankuwagamon. Now, obviously, we've got Imperial Dramon, who is your big bad level 6 Digimon. It's the one on the front of the box and all of that. But there's always a second level 6 in these starter decks, and apparently in the green-blue starter deck, it's Grankuwagamon, not a dual-colour Digimon, and incidentally, bucks the trend, because it's the first, I believe, the first one from this deck we've seen, which actually can only evolve from one colour. This evolves from green, it doesn't evolve from green or blue, it will only evolve from green, which is weird. You have been warned. And what we got is a 12 cost to play normally, 3 cost to Digivolve, 11,000 power. Slightly expensive to play, the average is 11,311, so putting the 12 on there isn't great. But you do have security attack +1, which is nice, because now you're not taking out 1 security, you're taking out 2. And it's not like we've never seen this in green before. We've seen a few level 6 green that have security attack +1, so it's as with all of this whether you like them better. The Mega Gargamon, if your opponent has a rested Digimon, will absolutely do it. And let's not forget the promo Grankuwagamon that has Digiburst 2 to give any of your Digimon security attack +1, although this does just have security attack +1, so that's a handy bonus. It's cool. You're taking out extra security cards. It's not necessarily special like that, but it's still very, very cool. And then we got a skill. When you Digivolve, you gain 4,000 power until the end of this turn. So I said it's slightly more expensive to play normally. Unless something goes wrong, you really, really don't want to actually play this. Normally, this is a Digivolving Digimon. And essentially, you have that beautiful one turn where you're a 15,000 power Digimon with security attack +1. And there are some level 7s with 15,000 power that will delete you as you attack into the stack. But outside of that, it basically means that not only do you have security attack +1, but you also are borderline undeletable. I mean, like I say, you will get deleted by level 7s, but it's very unlikely you will. You'll have redonkulous power. And I love this. This makes me super happy indeed. And then, of course, you can always use things like the promo Grankuwagamon to give yourself extra security attack and have fun, and life is good. Incidentally, harkens back to the Grankuwagamon from BT1, which does just have an extra 4,000 power on your opponent's turn. I appreciate the fact that they are... I really like it when these similar Digimon have similar skills. I don't know why, it just makes me feel like everything is right with the world. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the new cards. I still really want to get proper clarification on exactly how Wormmon works, because if it is just you can Jogress evolve at the end of your turn, I'm really not loving that. But if it allows some cheating and some extra evolution, well, that's going to be very different indeed. But either way, I think Stingmon and Grankuwagamon here are very good cards, so I am happy nonetheless. But I want to know how you feel about all of this. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourself till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.